Thad Young is joining the Phoenix Suns. I actually loved Thad Young. Isn't it crazy to think about Thad Young's been in the NBA for like 15 years? He's a freaking dog. Thad Young is 35 years old. This season, he's played, sparsely for the Raptors, and obviously he was cut after the trade. He plays 23 games so far this season, 5 points, 3.5 rebounds, 2.2 assists, shooting 62% from the field. And since in Toronto, he did play like 15 minutes a night. He's been a guy who averages like 6, 4, and 2, shoots really efficient. And at this point, okay, this coming from Adrian Wojnarowski, what we're hearing, but I think it's definitely interesting to see how this is happening right now. But yeah, let me know. Definitely interested to see how they've made a concerted effort and primarily to pick up, these, David Roddy, 6'5", Royce O'Neal, 6'6". They went bigger. And at this point with Thad Young is a guy who, he's a guy who's going to give you a nice combination at this point is, being a veteran, what to do on and off the court with him. And he's a decent, even though he's not as athletic as he once was, he's a decent defender. He's got good hands. He can still hit the three-point shot at times. And obviously he's not the same as he's once, but he's a good locker room guy. And at 6'8", 220, he can play small ball 5. And for the Suns, they're a team that, if you look at what they've been having problems with this season, is definitely kind of outside of Jusuf Nurkic and Drew Eubanks. They don't really have size. And I think this is something that they've made a concerted effort to go out and get because they were a middle of the pack rebounding team. So I definitely think that's going to be interesting to see how they go around to get themselves ahead of the pack now, because they were literally middle of the rankings in terms of not three-point shooting, but rebounding, and they have only Jusuf Nurkic and Drew Eubanks. So I think getting rid of all those guys because of how good they've been, three-point shooting, which I believe their three-point shooting rank is 7th in the league. So they just basically went ahead and said, F it. They're going to go ahead and get themselves more size to make up for their lack of rebounding, because they feel confident that the guys that they kept can hit the three-point shots that they need. And I feel like that's a good barometer that they set for themselves. But yeah, that's basically it. Let me hear your thoughts in the comments.